taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion, obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Servpro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're Servpro's first responders to your property's disaster.
Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone.
Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married three-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite Servpro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call Servpro.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
For the first time since 2015, the Davies Eagles are in Minot for a regular season showdown in North Dakota high school hockey. Tonight we're at the All Seasons Arena. Storied venue in the West region for North Dakota high school hockey, in a place that's got a big-time tradition. Vermont High Magicians hockey, no longer the Magi's home ice, but tonight it is. The Magi come in at 7-2, the leader in the West region, taking on the 6-5 Fargo Davies Eagles. Welcome in, hockey fans, to our Shields pregame show tonight. Shields of Minot and Bismarck has everything you need, from fishing to fashion, you name it. Shields brings you the pregame show here tonight. You can find them online as well at shields.com. Nick Hulberg alongside of the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, former Minot High standout. Fair to say that the guy next to me here on my left tonight is almost the guy that built this arena and some of that tradition inside of it. Matt Morelli joins me here tonight. First things first, Saturday night, All Seasons Arena. Boy, does this bring back some memories or what?
It does. You're right. The old days, I don't remember as many of the Tuesday, Thursday games in the old, back in the 80s, where it was more, it seemed like, I think there was even some Friday games sprinkled in there. It was more Friday, Saturday hockey than the Tuesday, Thursday. I think they've switched it around a little bit, but yeah, this place has I mean, this is what hockey got going in mine. You had this main arena here, and then they added on to the west, and it became Arena 2 for extra hockey, and then whatever things happened, that they had issues with the floor. I think they were driving too much heavy equipment on that floor in the off season, and it damaged the pipes underneath, and it seemed like once they had issues, they could never get rid of it. They could never clear it up and start from a clean slate. You know, they've updated this place over the years. New seating, the lighting, boards and glass are newer in the last how many years. We kind of touched on last broadcast about the only thing that's really in tough shape are probably the locker rooms, and for a player, that's not that big of a deal. You get over it. You dress in there, you undress. The rest, 95% of the things are out in the ice and playing, and you still got to show up. And okay, yeah, did Minot maybe have not their best couple periods on last Tuesday night? They probably didn't. Were we a little bit tough on them? Maybe we were, but if you're gonna do something and make a run in the WDA and being respectable in the state tournament, you've got to. It's consistency with any sport. You've got to start to finish. You can't get down and say, "Oh boy, I guess we're in a game here." You, like the old saying, you can't get shocked into playing. It's just most of the time you'll come up on the short end. And if we call it, some harsh criticism on my a little bit that well, I mean, I think we have to give people an idea what's going on. And it wasn't all bad for mine on Tuesday. They easily could have said, it's not our night. We'll just pack it in and just get smoked by Century. And Minot came out and played. You talk to some of the players, and it doesn't matter who. I overheard a couple of them saying we needed to play that third the whole game like we did in the third period. And like in any sport, you just can't turn it on and off. You can't just say, well, we're down, so I guess everybody better start trying harder. It just doesn't work like that, because when you're playing solid competition, they're gonna tighten up on you. You're not getting the space. You're not having that freedom to do things that you maybe could do. I think Minot got a little bit away from their game first couple periods compared to what we were in Roseau, and I think they know that. We won't keep bringing it up and reminding them. They know that kids know when they've had a tough stretch or play. They have a bad period. They know that. The coaches are going to probably really give them a reminder, and there might be some things that are said in the locker room that you just can't repeat on air. But as a coach, they've got to point out their mistakes too. If they weren't, they wouldn't be doing their job. Well,
tonight's an interesting opportunity for the Magi here, Matt, because their home ice is the Mesa Arena and the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena, where they've got their friendly confines of their own locker room and all the goodness that is their home ice surface. Tonight, here at the All Seasons, it's like a road game in a sense, with a different set of boards that bounce a little bit different. They're not in their normal locker room, and they get an opponent that they haven't seen yet this year, and one from the East region that you talk about that will capitalize on you. It's the 4-4 in the East region Davies Eagles, and the 6-5 overall team from the East, coached by Coach Metcalf. This is a good hockey team that's got some players, led by Garrett Windjam. 14 points for him on the year, 10 goals on the season for Windjam, but they've got plenty of guys that could score. They have 7 players with 7 points or more on the year, Matt, and 7 players with 3 or more goals. For the Magi, they're led by Matt Morelli, 16 points for him, 5 goals in his sophomore campaign. Ben Swankstu's got 7 goals on the year and 9 points, but he hasn't scored in a while as Swankstu looks to get going here tonight. Kelton Esslinger's got 12. There's plenty in the crew for Minot that could get the job done. They've got 5 players with 7 or more points and 5 guys with 3 or more goals here tonight. But this showdown really boils down to a couple X factors for me, and that discipline factor for Minot High, especially in a situation like this on a different ice surface and not in the normalcy of the Pepsi rink, really might play a factor here tonight.
For sure. I think these guys, they're what they think. I mean, you're going across town, you're in a rink. I don't really think the Magi practice here a whole lot of times. Yeah, you're in warm-ups. You throw a few off the wall and go in and see what the glass is like. Every place has a different feel to it. Us up here calling the game, we're looking through a net. I didn't think much of it until you said it the other day, saying, okay, hey, they've got a protective netting all around the rink, and wasn't really a factor when you're not here. But once you get up in the press box and you're looking down, it's just a little different. The players, either way, you're saying discipline. There were stretches in the game where Minot probably had some poor decisions that they didn't all cost us, but against these Eastern teams, you're probably going to have to be really, really tighten up. Sometimes it's like we always say, guys get wound up, they get fired up, and their emotions sometimes get the best of them, and they want to go out and channel that energy, and sometimes it's done in the wrong way, but you've got to stay out of the penalty box. We're gonna get penalties. Minot's gonna get them. Every team does. Davies will have theirs. We'll have ours. But we talk special teams. It's so important in getting. If you can convert on you're never going to be 100% all on with a game. But if you can be consistent and be moving that puck around, getting some quality shots from up top. Same with the penalty kill. We can't. We were on a penalty kill the other night, and then we took a penalty, and we were down to 5-on-3 for about a solid minute 30. Those are tough. Those are hard to, you can't really 5-on-3. Most teams that got some skill, they're going to score. And Century made us pay a few times, and we were saying, Minot had some good stretches of play. But it seemed like we got it started a little late in the game. You've got to start from the drop of the puck. There's such a short season. We don't have a lot of games. These guys got to just think, man, you should be able to get up for every game, and they have to. We got to be ready tonight.
It's going to be a fun one here at the All Seasons Arena in Minot as the Magi come to the ice. The Eagles are already out and warming up. We'll come back and talk to both coaches when we come back to our Shields pregame show here tonight as loyal and true the school song blares for Minot High here at the All Seasons Arena on a Saturday night as we get ready for North Dakota high school hockey. Thank you. Welcome back to our Shields pregame show. We're now joined by Nate Metcalf in his 4th year as the head coach of the Davies Eagles. First things first, Coach, great to see you. How was the ride up to the Magic City?
It was another beautiful drive. Yeah, 94 is always a treat.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a haul to get up here, but you come to the Magic City tonight with a matchup against the top team in the West region. What do you look forward to in these East versus West showdowns midway through the year?
That we have top team in the West on the schedule, so it's always one of those got to feel it out for a while during the game and see what they have. You know, you see a lot of these kids that played last year, or some of the young kids that maybe we saw at the Bantam level last year, so it's see how we can compete with them.
Your program doing great things. You guys played for a state title last year, Red River, a team that always is tough to compete with, but your program seems to be moving in the right direction. You just want to touch on the overall health of Davies hockey right now.
Yeah, it's we have quite a bit of numbers, which helps. You know, we're looking for just good kids and good athletes, and it seems like we have a bunch of them with, you know, multi-sport athletes and real competitive kids, so it sure helps.
I want to touch on Garrett Windjam just a little bit. 14 points for him. He's obviously leading the charge and doing some special things for you.
Yeah, you know, all the scoring we lost last year, we looked for someone like Windjam to step up, and as of late, he's really picked up his game and finding the back of net.
Is there one key tonight against Minot High if you want to walk out of here with a victory and take the long bus ride back to Fargo?
I just think we need to play our game and just really get after it and put pressure on these guys. And, you know, we don't really adjust to too many teams, so we're just throw everything we have out there and see how it goes.
Sure appreciate your time as always. Great seeing you. Best of luck tonight. That's Nate Metcalf, the head coach of the Davies Eagles. When we come back, we'll talk to the Minot High coaching staff here on our Shields pregame show. Welcome back to our Shields pregame show. We're now joined by the Minot High co-head coach, Mr. Jason Bennett. You're number 9 for the Magi. First things first, welcome back to the All Seasons Arena. How many memories do you have of this place?
Man, everything. I mean, I remember when, you know, before they had the new bleachers and it was just the old bleachers. Back to when I was in high school, you know, my mom was a cheerleading advisor in the 80s, and student section would be down right below us, and it'd be going crazy. That's when they'd get, you know, 200 students a night. So a lot of great memories. National tournament was here when I played at Minot State, and that was fun. The place was packed. So new year, and we're here at the all season, so it's fun. It's fun to play a game here, you know, maybe once or twice a year.
You guys get not only a different a change of venue here tonight instead of the Mace Arena, but a change of opponent with Davies coming in midway through the year. How do you view a game like this against a powerhouse that has been in the East region for a few years here now?
Yeah, and you know, some people would say they're down this year, but you know, they just lost to Red River 3-2, and I think Red River's the, you know, the proverbial favorite this year out east. They played some pretty good hockey, so it'll be a good test for us. You know, luckily we went to Davies last year. We played a really competitive hockey game. We lost in overtime down there, so it's a good matchup. It's a chance for us to work on some things. You know, we haven't played great hockey the last couple weeks. You know, we played okay in Roseau. We got some wins. We didn't play very well the other night against Century. You know, hats off to Century. They were a desperate team. They just lost the night before. So it'll be good for us. It's a good test. It's a speedy team. So we're gonna have to be on our A game.
You guys also have a game in the middle of the week against a Hazen-Beulah North Stars team, a JV game for 6 points. You want to just touch on that matchup and how it went for the JV boys?
Yeah, it's something, you know, we've done, I don't know, the last 5 or 6 years. We play Hazen with our JV for 6 points, and it's usually you know, pretty legit JV team. You know, we didn't play any seniors. We played all underclassmen. There were a few kids, you know, some maybe fourth line guys from varsity that went down and played, and they stepped up. It's always a scary game. You know, Hazen's an opponent that's you know, will give you a game against the JVs, and luckily we came out 6-2 ahead and took those 6 points.
Yeah, always a interesting schedule, piece of the schedule when Hazen comes in for those JV points. Touch on this matchup here tonight against Fargo Davies. Your hockey team against this East Region opponent, they've got some guys that can move the puck, like you mentioned, maybe not as powerful as they've been, but you know you're going to get a major matchup here tonight.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if they have the Stibbies and the guys like that they've had in the past, top end kids, but you know, looking at their stats, they got a number of kids that have over, you know, 4 or 5 goals. So I think they're pretty balanced, pretty well rounded. So hopefully, you know, we've flipped some lines around again for about the 37th time this year, just to try to see if we can find something that clicks. I think Morelli line with Strand. And Panasek was pretty good the other night, so we're going to stick with them, and we kind of just shuffled some things around. And you know, at the end of the day, you can put whatever you want, you know, pairs and lines and this and that, but the kids got to respond, they got to play. So we'll see how it goes. We're excited.
Sure, appreciate your time as always. Have fun here tonight at the All Seasons Arena.
All right, great. Exciting to be back here.
That's Jason Bennett, co-head coach of the Magi. When we come back, we'll dive further into this matchup and get set for our starting lineups. It's high school hockey here on the PSP Network. Showtime here at the at the All Seasons Arena. Don't get carried away already here, right?
I was going to say, giving the guys announcing the lineups a hard time. We only announced 5 guys for Davies. You know, just have to apologize for that.
Showdown at the All Seasons Arena here tonight. Nick Hulberg, Matt Morelli on the call. Thanks for joining us here tonight for North Dakota high school hockey as we get set and ready for the showdown inside of the Pepsi rink. I keep saying it, at All Seasons Arena here tonight. Minot High will be in white. Davies will be in the maroons. Nick Hulberg and Matt Morelli on the call here tonight. Matt, Toby Strand tonight goes in goal against Gavin Erickson. Big goaltender matchup here in this one. Toby Strand comes in with an .868 save percentage and a .277 goals against average. Gavin Erickson's played in 7.4 of the games here for Davies. He's got a 92% save percentage. We are underway, and Erickson makes the first save of the hockey game.
You'll get the arena right by the third period.
Yeah, I already did the girls' game here, 51 minutes plus overtime and a shootout earlier on today. You'd think I'd have her dialed in by now.
Good game, huh?
Very good game earlier on, yes.
Great.
Off the draw. Quick shot came in, and the save was made there from Erickson. Puck's going to be taken and fired away to the far side wall. Deal's got it there. Deal's going to send it around the end boards. Comes into the possession of the Eagles here on the near side wing. They try to clear it out. It's Bradley that holds there at the line. Comes back to Swangstu. Swangstu sends it in. Erickson makes the save, and he'll hang on to it. Minot High changes up the lines a bit here tonight as they go with Carter Coleman, Kelton Esslinger, and Brock Jones as the top unit. Easton Panasuk, Mac Morelli, and Tegan Strand as line 2. Jersey Abrahamson, Ben Swangstu, and Finley Bentz as the third line. Got Schuster and Hansen as Rotary players here for the Magi here tonight. Underway from the All Seasons Arena here with Nick Hulberg and Matt Morelli on the call. Thanks for joining us here tonight for North Dakota High School Hockey. Davies currently sitting number 4 in the East Region. Minot High number 1 in the West in this showdown. It's a rematch from last year's opening round of the state high school hockey tournament. Davies beat Minot 3-1 on that night. Davies went all the way to the state title where they lost to Red River by a score of 4-2 in the Big Dance at the Shields Arena. Puck's chipped up off the wall. Matson's got it at the point. Sent in front. That one from Esslinger tipped there. It comes back to Matson. Good to see him back in the lineup. He had a scary situation against Century on Tuesday. It sounded like he was questionable before today's game. Puck comes out all the way down in behind Toby Strand. He's out of the net to play it. Strand goes out to play it there. The puck's going to be picked up inside the Minot High zone where it's taken and fired around the end boards here by the Eagles. Hit after it Seekerson sent it down. The net's off its pegs. And a stop of the play here with 15:21 remaining in our opening period.
Well, I think both these teams want to. Fargo Davies probably wants to get the bus legs out of their system. Minot wants to continue on like they did that third period last Tuesday. So it's like let's get some shots on Erickson right away. Test him. You build your confidence. You got to get some, shoot from anywhere. Just hit the net.
Off the draw, the puck is going to be controlled here by the Magi. Bradley tattooed back in behind. The lead pass is up to Morelli at center, and here comes Mac Morelli in. He shoots all. Tried to go to the top shelf. He just missed. Good opportunity there for the Magi as the Eagles push back out to center. And Bradley's back in his own territory to retrieve here. As Bradley hounded on the near side wing. On top of him for the Eagles was Elijah Hayes. Comes underneath now as it's taken by the Magi. They push up the near side wall. Comes back away now for the Magicians here with Morelli. And Morelli goes back to the far side for Freeman. Freeman trying to flip it out of the zone. He can't quite do so. Mac Morelli with a big hit over there on the far side. Freed into the center slot. Looking to fire there was Fryer. Puck comes back away now for the Eagles. They work it down at the bottom of the circle. Here at the All Seasons Arena, a storied place inside of the western side of North Dakota. Home to the North Dakota State Fair. Home to Minot High hockey from 1974, 75, all the way until a few years back when Minot High made the move over to the Pepsi rink as Bradley fires that one up into the rafters. And we'll have a face-off coming back in Minot High territory on the glove side of Toby Strand.
Well, we were talking about playing your own zone. You got to be smart with the puck. Don't panic under pressure. The thing is for Minot, that playing your own zone, we've got to be a little bit better at it than we were Tuesday. Just making that first initial pass has got to be on the tape.
Off the draw, the puck comes around to the near side wing for Finley Betts. He's going to try to clear. He goes up to center. That one past Abrahamson. On the retrieve for the Eagles back in the neutral ice territory. That was Jake Nelson, and Nelson will regroup here. It's going to come back into the possession here for the Magi. They're without Radke tonight, as Radke is out with an injury for Minot High. That's a big loss for them on the backhand. Puck's taken by the Eagles. They shuffle it back into Minot High territory. Manson in after it. Sends it all the way down. This puck rolls to the end line, but no icing on the play as it's picked up here and worked forward now by Skylar Seekerson. Seekerson gets it back as he sets up right in front of his own bench. Goes across the ice. Now to Grant Matter. Poked up to center. It comes down to Pickard. Pickard dumps it down. Minot High chases in after it. Out of the net to play it there was Erickson. Go into the near side wing. It comes, and out at center it's taken and worked off the near side wall. Chipped off the glass, and ahead it comes. And we'll have a stop of the play as it comes here. Another player in uniform here tonight for Minot High in number 33 here tonight for the Magi. I didn't have him on my list. It's not on the shot on the list either. Owen Dosh is the one that wears 33 tonight here for Minot High. 13:05 to tick down in the opening period. Neither team on the board yet. Schuster sails one in from center. Puck comes back in behind the Davies net. Takes a bounce off the near side wing as the Eagles push to center. Puck comes all the way down. This one down for an icing. That icing brought to you by Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location for school parties, team parties, and birthday parties. So much more. Planet Pizza truly is out of this world. If you haven't tried one of those Planet Pizza pizzas, you're officially missing out. I highly recommend the Blue Buffalo. Have you tried the Blue Buffalo yet?
It's been a while. I'm sorry I haven't. Invite me. I'll come with you.
If you like spicy pizza, that's the one for you.
I do.
Planet Pizza it is. We'll go there for the lunch buffet next week. If you listen to these broadcasts, you think that's all we do is eat. Into the offensive zone it comes for the Eagles now as Bradley's back on the retrieve. Picked up here, shot towards the net. Strand with the save. Puck comes away to the near side wall. Deal pins up his man, frees it for Jones. And Jones gathers underneath. Jones lost a handle on it. Then Bradley sends it around to Coleman on the far side. He pokes it free out of the zone, and it comes back up to the neutral ice territory where Coleman takes it, and Coleman soccers it down into the offensive territory. Puck's back away to the far side. Matson had his man lined up on the far side wing, and dodging that bullet was Joe Fryer. Comes back underneath the net now of Erickson. The puck lays here for the Eagles as they set up shop here with Jake Nelson. Nelson starts the rush. Back up to center. Now he's just going to spin it back to his D partner. Back behind his net it goes here for Jack Bollinger. An all-state football player for Davies. Bollinger, he's the real deal on the football field. He's good on the hockey rink as well. Minot gets the puck back, and it comes down to Bollinger underneath, taking it stripped there as Minot High going to work here with Tegan Strand down a deep. Way to the near side wing, pinching way in for the Magi. Down comes Hudson Cope, and he fires one on, and the stop is made from Erickson.
Oh, nothing wrong with the whistle. You collect your thoughts, get maybe the right guys out there. Most of the time, you need a line change. Everything's should be put on net. You got to test this guy early, get shots. It's been I think it's kind of been that, that feeling out stage. Neither team wants to make a mistake early, but it's kind of like, let's get used to the ice, the surroundings. We're in a new place.
Even though it's in Minot, here at the All Seasons Arena, the first game of the year for the Magi, some of these players did play on Thursday against Hayes and Beulah in a 6-point matchup against the North Stars on Thursday evening. Minot won that contest handedly. Puck comes down in Minot High's defensive territory. There's a stop as Strand goes down. He's going to hang on to it. And Toby Strand forced to make an early stop here for the Magi. His second save of the hockey game. Some of the differences you'll notice here at the All Seasons Arena compared to the Pepsi rink. Straight across Burdick Expressway, probably what would you call it, 3 miles from here? Something like that.
Yeah, I'd say about right.
Biggest thing you'll notice is it's pretty cold in here compared to the Pepsi rink over at Mesa Arena.
It's quite a bit colder. That's all right, though. I like that.
The boards have a little more bounce to them as well. Deal's got it here, goes up to Schuster. Sent right back into the Minot High zone, and now here come the Eagles on a 2-on-1 back in. Here's a drive. Strand makes the save. Reaches underneath and hangs on to it. And Toby Strand comes up with save number 3 here in the hockey game on his 3rd shot that he's seen so far here tonight. Toby, the senior netminder for the Magi, has played in 4.3 of the 9 outings for the Magi here in his senior campaign. Off the draw, comes back to Bradley. Look out, Deal hit the net and then went for a ride. Puck is freed on the near side wing. Finley Benz trying to clear it. Goes away down to Bradley over on the far side. Taken away here by Abrahamson, and up to center come the Magi as Abrahamson walks and fires it down in behind the netminder Erickson. Not a bad crowd on hand here tonight. Turnover. Here's a drive from Benz. Oh, he whistled that one just wide. Had the chance as he sailed it wide on the blocker side. Trying to clear now are the Eagles. It's Deal that holds it in, and now it's going to be possessed here by Ashton Yeager. Yeager tried to clear. Bradley holds it again. Comes back into the hands here of the Eagles with Seekerson. He's got real estate as he goes near side. Up now here to Apersbach, and we're going to have a stop of the play as that one goes up and out of play.
Well, we were kind of mentioning the defensive zone plays. When you're near your own blue line, the puck has to be out. I think both teams have struggled a little bit getting that puck out. I mean, chipping it off the boards. The boards is like another player. It chipping off the glass of the boards. It's such an easy play. It takes all the pressure off your defenseman and your goaltender. Just make a smart play. It really is not as less stress for everybody.
Drive up top that just missed from Pickard. Comes back up to the line for Matson. Here come the Eagles back the other direction. Pickard's got it. He throws it off the glass like you just said. Uses it there. Gets it to Esslinger. Has a trailer up top. That one fired across and it got past Carter Coleman. All the way back into Magi territory where Brock Matson has it. Sends it off. That one goes off of Esslinger. Back and forth hockey game so far. If you're just joining us tonight from the All Seasons Arena. Minot's in their home whites. Davies in their road. Or not really maroon, it's a
Crimson?
Crimson. Yeah, that's what it would be. It's Jones that's got it here now, and Jones rattles it underneath. Back up to Pickard. Bouncer in the circles, sent down in front, nobody home for the Magi. On the rush, we go the other direction now here for Luke Lorenz, and Lorenz sends it in on Strand. And Strand's gonna cover up, he'll hang on tight to it here with 8:58 left in the opening period. Nobody on the BNC National Bank scoreboard just yet. Tonight's hockey game brought to you in part by our friends at Roger Ward Moving and Storage. They've been proudly helping the region with their moving and storage needs since 1942. Roger Ward Moving and Storage, you can find them online. Set up a move, find a quote, or talk to them about your storage needs. Here's a drive. That one got through Strand from the line. I don't know if he saw it. Somehow it hit the pad and went just wide after it went through the 5-hole. Puck's down underneath the net now. Eagles go to work on it. They send it back on in front. Nets off the moorings. And a stop in the play and a face-off coming on Toby Strand's blocker side. It's one of the other differences between the Pepsi rink here and the All Seasons Arena is that at the Pepsi rink they use marsh pegs, and here at the All Seasons Arena they just use the standard piping
style.
into the
old style
into the ice surface. So that net may come off a few times here tonight.
A little bit different than the nets. The nets at Pepsi are really, really white. These ones have seen some use.
The other thing that's unique about the All Seasons Arena, there's no advertising on the boards. You don't see that very often. Puck for the Eagles on the near side. They spin away with it, back up to the point. Here's a drive coming, pad save, rebound out in front. Oh, top shelf feed. That one sailed over the head of Strand as Grant Matter was out in front. Comes back away to the point, one-time opportunity. That was a howitzer there from Skylar Seekerson. Comes down away here to Panasuk, and Panasuk's got it. He's got the motor on as he stick handles into the zone. Panasuk trying to dish off to Morelli, finds him there. Morelli's down to the corner, and the puck is going to be shot back up to neutral, where Freeman has to retrieve. Freeman trying to get it across, but it's taken here by the Eagles. They're into the offensive zone with it. Taking it down, this is Jake Nelson. Nelson's got it underneath the goal line. Morelli comes in, lays the hit, and there's going to be a call on that play. Casey Lang's got the arm up, and a cross-checking coming here on Mackley Morelli, and he's going to be in the box for a 2-minute cross-checking call early on here. The first Servpro power play of the game belongs to Fargo Davies.
Anytime you're by the wall, you've got to be really careful. You just have to let up. It's too dangerous of an area for any player, the hitting player or the receiving. You just have to rub them out, grab them, something. You're just so careful. 99% of the time, the ref's going to call that.
Off the draw, glove side of Strand. Way to the near side, wing it comes. Power plays out for Davies. 7.5 to play in the opening period. Up top, the Eagles work the perimeter with it. Bollinger's got it, back at the point. Away down to Seekerson. Seekerson to Bollinger, back to Seekerson. Seekerson's got it, hits the brakes, swanks to up top, got a stick on it. And that puck sails up into the protective mesh. And a stop in the play and a face-off coming on Strand's blocker side. A
good play by the Minot penalty killers. You got to be aggressive to a point. Be aggressive, but block, get in the way of those passing or shooting lanes. That's the main thing on the penalty kill. Don't give them an easy one. Make them work for it. Make them move the puck. Some teams they're not used to the pressure. They sometimes think their penalty kills are just going to stay back, but make them do something.
Face off on Strand's blocker side. Puck's underneath the net now as the Eagles set it up again. Power play worked up to the point. Top of Seekerson, center slot, right back to the middle. Pickard has it. Pickard's going to turn it and fire it all the way down. That one rolls about 175 feet. And Minot goes off for a change. The Eagles set up shop on their power play. That works with 1:13 remaining of power play time. Power play brought to you by Servpro. 24/7 emergency services, disaster response, and restoration at Servpro. In his own territory, Joby Fryer, the senior with 7 points on the year, starts the motor. He's up over center. Hit him out in high territory. Down they come. Here's a drive. Save from Strand as he went down and caught him right in the chest. Back up top at the point. Here's a drive coming. Blocked in front. Loose in front of the Minot High goal. Spun down to the corner now from Lorenz. Lorenz goes to work on it. Dropped it off to Bollinger. Comes back down to Lorenz. He'll turn and fire high riser over the head of Strand. Comes underneath the goal line. Worked around by the Eagles now. We're down to 6:05 to play in the opening period. At the point, Ashton Yeager turns and fires Strand onto the pillows. He hangs on, and Strand's got another stop here. That's his 6th shot on goal and his 6th save of the hockey game.
It's funny, you got a scoreboard on each end of the rink, but only one scoreboard has the penalty clock time. I'm not sure. Maybe that's an older board, or maybe they don't. For some reason, the south side scoreboard doesn't get the love like the other side does.
Yeah, no shots on goal on that one. No power play time. Something you got to be aware of when you're on the ice surface or coaching in a game like this. Back up to the point. Eagles have possession. Sent in, tipped wide. We're down to 4 seconds. A Servpro power play time for Davies. They work the puck from the near side half wall. Spun down to the corner. Now we're back to 5-on-5 here. On the near side wing, Morelli out of the box. It's freed for the Magi. It comes up to center. Taken away by Jones. He's into the zone. Jones dropped it back. Nobody home. And now Jones is going to scrum for it again. Jones takes it back. Jones sends it across. Nobody home for the Magi there either. Schuster out to help out, but now a 2-on-1 the other direction. And here come the Eagles into the zone. This is Matter with it. Sends it out front. Back to Matter. They scored. Out front, it was sent in. And down in the corner, the puck came. And Drew Albrecht tucks it into the back of the net as that one beats Strand on the ice, and Albrecht's got his 8th point of the year.
Well, that's a tough break for Strand. That went off a skate. I think it went off the skate of the minded defenseman, so you can't do much there. That's just an unfortunate break.
5 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in the first period. Davies on the board with the power play tally as Albrecht tucks it in. Underneath the net now. It's going to be picked up here by the Magi. They go to work on it down and deep from Culp. It's going to be freed now. Here to Eli Hansen. Comes back to Culp. Throws it up the wall on the near side. Bouncing puck comes out to center. And at center ice, it's taken here by Seekerson. Back into the possession of Pickard only momentarily as he scrums for it on the wall. Sorry, correct that. That's 33 rather for the Magi. Oh, Adash. Well, partner, I got bad news for you. I'm not feeling well right now. If I go running past you, you might have to.
I'll grab the garbage can.
Yeah, you might have to. Puck's taken here by the Eagles. They work it up. Now up to center, and they're going to cross into Minot high territory. Spiewak was drilled here on the near side. Big hit came there from Hudson Culp, and now it's taken up off the glass by Panasuk. Rolls all the way down into the offensive territory, and we go back the other direction now where Bradley's got it back. Here's Bradley for the Magi. Surveying, goes up to Panasuk. Trying to move it ahead over right in front of the Minot High bench. Look out, Panasuk knocks the helmet right off of the top of the head. On the far side for Davies, Jake Nelson. Will there be a call on the play?
I don't think so. I think it's the high school rule where you lose your helmet, you got to get off right away.
Whistle on the ice. And a face-off coming right in front of the Minot High bench. Face-off to be taken by Swagstu as he lines up here against Fargo Davies, Colton Spiewak. Spiewak, the sophomore's got 9 points out of the year. Swagstu wins the battle, and he sends it up to center where Finley Vance goes to work. Vance off to Abrahamson. Out towards the goal, but wide. Comes back away. Now where it's down to the corner where scrubbing forward here is Swagstu. He's got company down and deep, and the 2-for-2 scrub is on. 3.5 to play opening period. Up to Bradley at the point. Bradley walks it across, sends it back down. Comes into the possession of the Eagles, and they're out to center with it. Spiewak sends it to the other end of the ice with the help there of Joby Fryer and an icing. That's brought to you by Prestwich Orthodontics. MinotBraces.com. You can visit them today. Financing options and virtual consultations at MinotBraces.com.
I'll just stay as far as the cord allows me from you.
I'm starting to sweat here now, too. You see that? That's not good.
I'm measuring up how long the cord is, and I'll go as far as there's room for me to stay away from you.
Oh, my goodness.
You just have to grind it out.
I'm grinding as hard as I can here, without a doubt.
Hey, you're a hockey player. That's what we do.
I don't know if Trinity Sports Medicine can help me here today either. Into the offensive zone it comes for the Eagles. Sent down in front. One-time opportunity was out front there for Grant Matter. He just missed. Comes back up top of the circle. Here's a drive and a high riser. Just missed there from Caden Steenerson. Sorry, correct that 19 rather. That's Ashton Yeager. Yeah, I'd feel different about the situation if I would have been out celebrating a Minot High basketball win last night after that broadcast. Minot took down Bismarck by almost 20. I was at home in bed ready for doubleheader today with girls and boys hockey, and halfway through that girls game today, I started feeling just not quite right to the belly. Yeah, you just stay right where you're at. Puck is going to be taken and sent right back down. Deal's hit after it for the Magi. Deal run into, down in deep. Puck's going to be freed by the Eagles to the near side. Hard hit after it on the near side wall. That one comes away from Dubois. Away to the near side. Chipped up to center by the Magi, and Strand pushed out to neutral. Taken and knocked out of the air by Morelli. Morelli's going to try to bring it into the zone, but a nice defensive play coming there from Dubois. And now in front of the Minot High bench, it's Deal that's run into it. All of a sudden, a 1-on-2 back the other direction, right towards the Minot High net. Delayed call coming. Casey Lang had the arm in the air. Gar McCrimmon and Casey Lang have the armbands on here today. Jordan Love and Strand are the other two officials on the ice surface. And Deal's going to go to the box on an interference call. The first power play of the game for the Eagles was unsuccessful. They get another opportunity here on the man advantage. Their second trip to the Servpro power play with 96 seconds remaining in our opening period. Swanks to it on the draw. Puck one back down to Pickard on the near side. Pickard rattles that one down, and from behind his own end, he sails it all the way to the other end of the ice. Nice play here coming from Brock Jones. He's going to intercept, and Jones sends it all the way back to Pickard in his own territory. Bumps it off the wall here to Matson. Matson with a backhand trying to send it deeper into the territory of the Davies Eagles. Now it's Swankstu that does that. And Monet's kill looks good early on.
Pretty good so far. That's what they got to do. Keep applying pressure. Don't give them the line. I mean, make those guys earn it coming up the middle. Let's just be careful. You have a chance to dump it down and ice it. It's got to be hard off the glass.
Spiewak up top here for Skylar Seekerson. Pickard to the corner. He's ridden off there by the big man, Jack Bollinger. Bollinger out front. Bollinger uses his muscle on 23 White. That's Pickard. Then the puck sent all the way down to the other end of the ice surface. Out of the net to play it there is Erickson, and Erickson sent it free, where the Eagles now have some room at center. They skate into Minot High territory, and now they come here with Joby Fryer. Fryer's underneath the net. Surveys, looking for the outlet now. Back up to the point. Comes across to Ashton Yeager. Back across. Into the circle it goes. Now Freeman scrumming for it. Freeman trying to clear it. Comes to Bollinger. Delayed call coming, and the shot won't count. And we'll skate 4-on-4 for the next 32 seconds with 8 seconds remaining in the opening period.
Getting back to that earlier penalty kill for mine, that was a nice block by Brock Jones. Kind of went down on one knee and it blocked it, hit him in the hand, and those sting. All you have between your skin and the puck is a little bit of leather in your palm. So but that's just what you need. You need those types of plays, blocking shots. I think there's been a few times tonight where we're getting beat to the loose pucks. I think Mice just got to be a little stronger on their stick. Get tough. Don't get knocked off the puck so easy, and good things will happen.
Puck comes away up at center for Brock Matson. Horn sounds, and we're through one period of play. Davies on top of Minot High by a score of 1-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. We're through one here at the All Seasons Arena. Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report comes up next. It's high school hockey on the PSP Network.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you have the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Here we go, where they get it into Doppler up the near side. 3, 2 second, 1 second. Doppler rises, right wing, 3, bingo! Oh! Anthony Doppler wins it at the buzzer! Oh! Are you kidding me? He turns, he fires, and he buries it!
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by one period of the books here at the All Seasons Arena. Davies on top, 1-0 on the Magi from Minot High. Goal came at 5:10 of the first period. Davies got on the board with Drew Albrecht's 4th of the year. It went off a defenseman's skates and into the back of the goal past Strand. That's where we sit at the end of one. Welcome into our premier chiropractic intermission report. Nick Hulberg alongside of Matt Morelli, the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, former Minot High magician. Matt, overall, your thoughts on the opening period of play? Shots are 7-3 Davies. Davies has 24 seconds of 4-on-4 time before they get a power play coming here. Before Minot High gets a power play, I should say.
There you go.
Overall, it's been a pretty good hockey game back and forth.
I think so. I think both teams have showed up. They're ready. Davies is a good skating team. They always have skill. They've got a lot of those programs have a lot of players. They bring in, they've got good numbers. All the Fargo teams do. Minot, I think 3 shots on goal. We've got to get more pucks on net. It's a game of getting to the net. Tuesday seemed like we had opportunities. We still had a decent amount of shots against Century, but we think of the times we missed the net. We've missed the net here a few times. I think both goalies have played good, consistent. I think there's been a couple odd bounces that they've almost mishandled. So I think Minot got to get a little more aggressive, play a little more physical. Typically, the Eastern teams don't like that physical play. Not like the Western teams do, but also you got to be smart, got to stay out of the box. We can't afford to be getting into a game of penalties with Davies. They've got a good power play. You see how they move it around. They're constantly getting guys shifting back and forth up there at the point. It's a game of puck possession on power play. You want shots. You want crisp passes, quick passes. They're well coached. These young guys, a lot of these younger coaches around the state have different ideas. Their older coaches have instilled different styles into their knowledge, so that when they become a coach at a young age, they want to use some of these designs that the players come up the ice. Sometimes they like to do that kind of like where they slingshot it, where they come up middle center of the ice, hit the red line, and then they pass it back, drop it for a guy that's got all the speed. I don't think too many high school teams use that, but you can see Davies has a lot of experience moving the puck around. I don't think Minot has done anything. I think we just got to get more pucks on net. We've got to make sure that first pass out of our defensive zone is a good one. There's nothing wrong with wrapping the puck around or throwing it off the glass, but if you're going to do it in a situation where we're short or need a line change, it's got to be probably all the way down for a whistle. You can't just throw the puck up the wall and hope for the best. You need to be 100% sure it's going to be out of the zone. It's either going to be to one of your players or it's going to be out of the zone, because an icing really doesn't hurt high school players because they can come off and make a change.
3:51 away from the start of the second. Davies comes back to the ice. Here come the Magi as we get set and ready for our second period of play. We'll take one more break on the PSP Network. We'll come back for our face-off of the second. Minot High trailing Fargo Davies 1-0. Put a cap on our premier chiropractic intermission report.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that.
Time for the second period of play here on the PSP Network. Minot High traveling from the right to the left for the middle period. They're in white. Crimson for the Davies Eagles. They lead 1-0 at the end of one. Hulberg and Matt Morelli here on the call. Well, Matt, what do you say? Time for our second period of play.
Yep, it's got to get a little 4-on-4 to get going. I think, Minot, let's move the puck and let's get some offensive opportunities. Got you with that crimson, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Not that I'm a color expert, but I think that's probably safe to say what it is. We'll have to make sure. I think you're right. It's crimson. I'm trying to think of a college team that reminds you of almost like Florida State. But
yes, right.
Yeah.
Same color combination in a sense. Here's a drive on goal. Strand had that one hit him in the glove side shoulder. Minot High's had full strength. They've got a minute 20 now of Servpro power play time. their first power play of the game, as the puck's going to be handled here by the Magi back in behind their own net. Here comes Deal with the puck. Goes up to center, off to Morelli. And Morelli's in with it. He'll dump it down, back in behind the goaltender Erickson. Over on the far wall. Puck is tied up by Esslinger. Now it's going to be taken and launched out of there. Down it comes all the way to the other end of the ice surface, as that was cleared down nicely by Ashton Yeager. Bradley with the puck back in behind his own net. Here comes Bradley up to center ice. The help of the Magi's Morelli. He's in. Morelli hits the brakes on the near side. Morelli surveys down, drops it back off here to Bradley. Back to Morelli. Bradley's got it again. Bradley sends it down low. Oh, Esslinger was at the side of the net. Just couldn't connect on it. And the puck's going to be taken here by the Magi and fired back up. Bradley's got it. Sends it across Morelli. Down into the corner. Back up high now for Mac Morelli, leading point getter for the Magi. Off to Esslinger, then Swangstu. Underneath the net. Out of Gretzky's office. Morelli's up top, sends it in. Waffle board stop. And that puck goes up and out of play. Here with 15-11 to play in the second. 4 seconds remain on the Servpro power play for the Magi.
Not good movement. Not too bad by Minot's power play there. The thing is get it moving around. The quicker you move it around, the less chance those guys the penalty killers can set up. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's still plenty of time. Lots of opportunity, but hit the net. I think you just got to be smart out there. You got to be calm, cool, wait for that shot, but we also need to get shots.
Up top, Mattson has it here. Mattson right in front. Abrahamson just couldn't pull the trigger. Davies is at full strength. And fresh out of the box into the Minot High defensive zone it comes. Sent wide of Strand. Pucks away to the far side wall. Picked up here and set up now by Dotseth. Out to center on the attack for the Magi. Skating down to Strand. And Tegan Strand not there in time as an icing charged. And that icing brought to you by Jersey Mike's Subs. Jersey Mike's brings you the player of the week each and every week on the PSP Network. Jersey Mike's is a sub above. You have one memory that sticks out to you here at the All Seasons Arena?
Oh, gosh. There's lots of good ones here. Let me think of some thinking, but boy, there's some. If these walls could talk, I remember the old days, but it's fun. I'll think about it.
I told the story earlier on here tonight how I pulled up in the parking lot before the girls' game. Earlier on today, Minot lost in a shootout to Fargo North-South, by the way. Gentleman leaned his head out the window. He's sitting in the parking lot. He said, "Can you confirm that this is where the girls' varsity hockey game is?" I said, "It is." I said, "I haven't been here since probably 2014 or something like that, the last West Region tournament here at the All Seasons Arena." And I said at that time, I hadn't been here since 2004 before that, and that's when I played high school hockey for Minot High. Curious to see if the vending machine over here in the southeast corner of the arena is still there, that some of my teammates used to steal all the grandma's cookies out of that vending machine on the bottom row each and every day before JV hockey practice.
Good for your diet.
I can safely admit that almost 20 years later that I was never involved in trying to reach my arm up into that vending machine, but I'd be a liar if I said I didn't eat a couple of those grandma's cookies that were sitting in the Minot High JV locker room back in the day.
They still make them.
And they're still good. Puck's handled here by the Magi. They send it in. Picked back up now by Matter. Comes away to the near side wing. Bollinger's got it here, and Jack Bollinger's back behind his own net. Off the wall on the near side. Puck's going to be taken here by the Eagles. Finley Bentz got a stick on it. Bentz has it underneath now, and Bentz gets it to Swangstu, who's got some real estate. Swangstu up top. Cross from Freeman. He fired a shot. Swangstu tried to shuffle it down the wall. Bouncer comes out in front for Bentz, but it's Bollinger that's going to get there first, and Jack Bollinger sends it up the near side wing. Taken by Abrahamson. Darts it down to the corner. Back in after to Swangstu. Swangstu from underneath the goal. Back up now to Bradley. Bradley's got it. He whistles one in just wide. ACHA National Tournament was held here back in 1999. That was a great tournament.
That was a really good time. Yeah, I was helping Minot State at that time.
99 or 2000, something like that.
Yeah, end of that time frame. It was some good hockey. Yeah, we're on a good tournament.
Strand's out of the net to play it. Sends it into the possession here on the near side for Windjam, and Windjam couldn't handle it. Comes back away now to Bradley on the near wing. And Bradley's got it now as he skates into the offensive zone with Morelli. Comes away on the near side wing. Morelli scrumming forward with the help of Panasuk. Comes back away now on the near side wing, and it's going to come back out to center here for the Eagles. They skate in on the one, make it 2-on-2. Strand goes down, he'll hang on to it. And a faceoff coming on Strand's glove side here with 12:21 to play in the second. 1-0 Eagles on top of the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Funny you say that about back in those old days of that ACHA tournament. Penn State was in that tournament. And they're, of course, now they're in the D1 level, and they have a good program. And I think Jason Bennett was one of the players for Minot State. I was helping coach, kind of like a second assistant to Bennett and Mike Esslinger, and there's some good Minot guys on that squad.
You're exactly right. He touched on that in the pregame show here tonight. I got to tell you, that's the only time in all the hockey games that I've called, which has been plenty of them since I've been doing hockey play-by-play since I was 18. I'm almost 38 years old now. It's been a while. The only time I've ever seen a goaltender score a goal. That Penn State goalie scored a goal in that national tournament right here at the All Seasons Arena. Into the offensive zone it comes now. Here for the Eagles, they've got possession. Not for long as it's taken away there, and Cope's got it back behind his own net. And Cope just sends it up the wall. He had all sorts of time and room, but he fired it away. Comes back away now into the possession here for Esslinger. He goes up to center. Panasuk's got it. Panasuk stick checked at the line. He dumps it back in. Erickson's out of the net to play it. And the Eagles on the far side wing push it back up to center. Comes now to Deal, and Deal's going to pitchfork this one back down in. And in after it for the Eagles on the far side wall. That's Majerus, and Majerus trying to clear. He comes out to center. Way here now for Fryer, and Fryer's into the zone. Turns and fires that one into the catching mitt to Toby Strand. He'll hang on to it. 7 minutes, make it 6 minutes into the second. 11 to go, and it's 1-0 Minot on top, or Minot trailing here.
I think our Minot's defensemen have got to close that gap a little sooner. Don't let a guy start off by taking the puck from his own blue line all the way down to the top of the circle and getting a shot. We've got to close on him quicker. Don't let him take a shot. That's too good an area to let an opposing guy take a shot.
Puck turned over here. Minot High's got it back. They come in front of the net trying to feed Jones on the near side. For the Magi was Coleman. He couldn't do so. Coleman's got it again down in deep. Coleman back up top now to Hayden Deal. Tipped in front. Nice play there from Esslinger and Deal. No avail there for Minot High as the puck's taken and chipped up off the wall where Deal holds it at the line. Puck's taken by the Eagles. They're going to push up to center. Davies has it down in deep in the offensive territory. Here's a drive. That one hit Bradley. Comes back up to center ice. And Jones has it here. Jones back to Bradley. Then over to Deal. Deal's going to intercept here at the blue line. Drops it off. Abrahamson tried to fire, but he had his pocket picked. Now Jack Ballinger here on the near side. Lead pass. And there's a rush here for the Eagles. They're in with it. Here's a drive. That one off the side of the cage. On the opportunity coming there for Davies Windjam. Swings to back down a Deal. Pickard trying to move it up to center. Minot High does with Finley Bentz. Not a bad crowd on hand here today by any means. This arena holds 3,500. Nowhere near capacity, however, for a high school hockey game, but not a bad crowd here for a late Saturday afternoon, early evening. Eagles with possession. Fired across the middle. Slap shot coming loose in front. Still loose. Strand is down. Puck's there. They shoot. They score. Near side. It came into the possession of Yeager, and Yeager tucks it home. It's 2-0 Davies.
Well, that's a tough break. I think Minot had a chance to throw it in the corner or behind the net, and I'm not really sure which guy just seemed like he found on it or went right back up the middle. And you can't give up the puck in that slot area. That's where all the bad things happen. Is you can just see what happened. If you're in doubt or having trouble, just throw it in the corner anywhere but back to the front of the net, and that can't really blame Strand on that. That's a tough break.
Puck's taken for the Magi. They dump it in. Ericsson's under the net to play it. Morelli in on the forecheck after it. Davies leads 2-0 on the goal from Yeager here in the second. Shot came in. That one off of Tegan Strand. Down and deep, the battle continues on. Taken by the Eagles. They're out to center. 2-on-2 drill they go now. As into the zone it comes. Take it down into the corner here by Lorenz, and Luke Lorenz is down in deep. Davies all the way into the state title game last year after they won the East Region regular season crown. They went 15-1 in the East last year, Matt. That's pretty impressive in that conference.
Yeah, they're solid. They play, they get some good competition. They're going to have good games. Davies is always right there, seems like every year.
23-4 overall for them last year. Elijah Hayes gets an assist on the goal for the Davies Eagles. Davies is back in with it. Here's a drive. Stop was made from Strand. Held in at the point. Eagles have possession again as they send it down into the corner. Comes back away now as it's taken here by Fryer. He goes up off the glass. All the way down it comes, and this puck goes to the other end of the ice. We'll have a stop of the play, and the icing call with 7:34 left here in the second.
Well, I think got to get back to getting shots at 12-7. It's not terrible, but we've got to get a little bit more pressure. We're getting pressure, I think, decent down their zone. We have it in there. We've got to get control of it. Seems like we can find the handle on the puck, and we're kind of misplaying it a little bit, but it's plenty of time. There's no reason to panic now. Next one's a big one.
Eagles trying to clear their own end. They do. Puck comes back away. Davies has it here, but a stop in the play. And an offsides, I believe, on the Magi.
I think there's a guy down for Davies.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
that is correct.
I don't think it was offside. Just injured player, right? I think these days I don't think you take a chance. You just blow the whistle and make sure he's okay.
Down player was number 15. Gunnar Majerus. So Majerus is going to skate over to the Davies bench. Blocker shot of Eriksson here on the face-off as Minot Highs. Esslinger stepped in. He went in there against Albrecht, and Albrecht won it back. Coleman coughs it up. Here come the Eagles. A shot and a goal as a beautiful shot came in. Deadly turnover there, and all of a sudden a 3-0 hockey game. Davies leads.
Well, that one definitely hurts, but that's a tough turnover right inside your blue line. If you're going to turn the puck over, it's got to be down on the offensive zone. Like we were saying, it's handling the puck. You mishandle the puck against good teams, the Eastern teams, they will find a way to make you pay. And they, not that mine's been playing bad. The mistakes we've made, it's usually been in the net.
Just over halfway through the game, and Davies breaks it open to 3-0 right now here at the All Seasons Arena. Icing there on the Magi.
I think we're moving the puck well, but when, like in that case, we're making passes that you got to be sure. You got to be 100% sure you're going to make a pass to one of our guys. It's got to be on their stick. Otherwise, just keep skating it and gain the red line. Get over the red line, dump it in. But now you put yourselves in an offensive zone faceoff for Davies, and that's not what you want to have when they're up 3-0.
Shots are 13-7. Davies on top in the shot column. Puck comes back up to the line. Here's a drive that goes just wide. Comes back away down to Elijah Hayes on the near side wing. Eagles are going to hold it in. Out in front, here's a drive blocker stop from Strand. Bradley off the near side wing. Eagles with possession again. Sent in, Strand with a stick save. That one sailing wide. Comes back up to the point now, and across they send it. Down and deep comes to Bradley. Bradley's got it here for Hansen. Hansen with possession. He bounces this one up to neutral. Comes all the way back into Eagles possession. They've got it here. Up to center. They're going to skate ahead forward now with Yeager. Yeager's going to send it down. Taken there by the Magi, and Deal, he wraps it around the near side wall. Eagles have possession again underneath now with Fryer. Bradley scrubbing forward down and deep, comes back to Deal. Deal's got it, he goes up off the glass. Out to center for Abrahamson, but Big Jack Ballinger was there. Big hit from Ballinger at center. He lights up Deal big time. Puck taken away only for a second by Finley Bentz. Scrum continues down in the corner. Eagles still trying to move it out of their zone. They can't. Bentz has it here. Bentz stripped on the play. Comes back away down to Luke Lorenz. He was not able to clear the zone. Puck comes now for the Magi. Hitting is picked up here in this contest. Up to center ice we go. Eagles are going to skate forward. Nice defensive play there. Pickard got a stick on it. Pickard cross-checked. He gave one back, and we go back up to neutral. That pass touched Finley Bentz's tape, and it comes down into the offensive territory. Bentz on the near side wing, scrubbing. Pickard way down into the zone, comes all the way back up to the point. This puck sails all the way down into Minot High territory. Strand's going to be forced to play it, and Strand sends it up the near side wall here on the near wing, where the Magi have it now as Pickard carries it ahead. Pickard down and deep. Up top, Morelli. Fires one towards the net, comes right into the possession here. Tegan Strand towards the net. Oh, just didn't pull the trigger. The defense was there. Eagles back in on a 3-on-2. Puck's taken out by Panasuk and Morelli. They're into the zone with it. Dump and chase on for the Magi. Morelli's got a big hit down and deep on the D-man there, Wimkin. Puck's going to be freed, and back up to center we go now as it's rushed forward by Windham. Windham into Minot High territory, and it's freed here by Freeman. Freeman's got it. Freeman trying to send it off ahead. Dump back and forth now we go as into the zone it comes for the Eagles. Morelli at center. He's hauled up. Delayed call coming here on Davies. Minot's going to go back to the power play. Strand is off for the extra attacker. And we'll have a face-off coming in the neutral ice zone. Minot High goes back to the Servpro power play. Face off.
Sorry, Nick. I was going to say, if this is the time to get back into it, this would be a good time to get back on the board. It's not. You got time, but a one before the end of the second would really help and get it back to two. It's tough when you get down. Your mind's kind of dug ourselves a little hole. But you got to think positive and say, let's get one on this power play, and we're right back in it.
Esslinger in on the draw. Won it over to Morelli. Servpro power play out for the Magi. Jones over there scrubbing forward. Swangstu pinches down from the point to help. Gets it back up to the point now as it's going to be taken by Bradley. Off the wall to Esslinger. Esslinger in the circle. Back to Morelli. Got it back up to Bradley. Now Morelli again. And Morelli surveys, drops it down. This is Esslinger at the goal line. Esslinger's got it here. Half wall. Esslinger fires. Then a pad save from Erickson. Minot with possession on the power play for the next minute 20. Esslinger worked on down and deep. Morelli goes back to the point. Bradley back over now to Swangstu. Shuffled across with a saucer pass for Morelli. Bradley's hounded. Look out. Breakaway the other direction. Referee fell down right on the near side wing. Casey Lang tried to get out of the way. And that power play for the Magi gets away with a lucky break. Here's it comes back door. Here's Morelli outside of the net. Just couldn't bury it. Comes down to Morelli. He's got it here. Morelli tried the Michigan for a moment there. He knocked it down. Comes back away down to Esslinger. Esslinger's going to be hounded, and out of the zone it comes for Davies. Minot's going to wait to go back in now as Swangstu's in. Back to Morelli here. Morelli had his pocket picked. Foot races on. We go the other direction now for Dubois. Dubois dropped it back. Morelli got a stick on it. Leads it ahead now here to Esslinger. Down to the final minute 50 in the second. Minot trailing 3-0. Magi aren't done yet, however, as the puck comes back away down to Deal. Puck's taken away there, and they launch it all the way down. Eagles on the clear.
That's a tough break for Minot. You're moving the puck pretty well. Probably had a goal there. You see how you have to bear down. You're on the power play. You can't get too loose. You've got to tighten up even more.
Comes now here to Pickard. He fires into the glove. It goes, and Erickson hangs on to it. 1:22 left here in the second period. 3-0. Minot trailing on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
All you can do is chip away at it. You just have to take it and break it into sections. Take it 5 minutes at a time. Win every 5 minutes of this next. Get out of this period, or pop one here at the end, and then the third period you look forward to it and say, we just got to win every 5 minutes, and anything is possible.
Off the draw comes back to the point. Pickard, howitzer from the line into the catching mitt of Erickson. He hangs on to it. While you look at what Davies has done on the year, Matt, opened up their year with a pair of losses to Central and South. Then they lost at Fargo North 4-1. Then they rattled off some wins against Century and Legacy. Beat Grafton Park River 4-1. Beat West Fargo 5-1. Beat Cheyenne 4-1. They lost to Bemidji 4-2. Pounded Devils Lake 11-1. And then Red River beat them last week 3-2. Up to center they come now on the rush into the zone at Spiewak. Stop was made from Strand. 5-on-5 now here in the All Seasons Arena as we're down to the final 1 minute to play here in the second. Miscue there from the Minot D. Sent over to the far side wing. No one there for the breakout. Comes back up top. Sent down in front of the net. Nobody home. Underneath the net now it comes. Work back around. Eagles have possession. Here's a drive. Toby Strand made the save. 30 seconds of the period. Eagles with possession here. Drive, tip back door. They've scored 4-0. Davies on top.
Well, Davies is just putting everything towards the net. It's kind of paying off for them. They've got a few lucky breaks, but all in all, they're a little bit quicker on the puck than Minot is, and that's that Eastern style of play. They're aggressive. They can skate. They'll make you pay for your mistakes. And Minot hasn't played bad. We've had some chances, but we're not finishing. You got to be able to finish if you want to be in a game.
Face off at center ice. Garb McCrimmon, the official, having a conversation with both centermen. Off the draw, the puck comes all the way back into Minot High territory. Bradley in after it, down and deep. Cut him down, kids. We're at 15 seconds to play here in the second. Esslinger's got it here. Got it away down to Deal, up to Morelli. 4 seconds now, 3. And the second's going to come to a close. 4-0. Davies on top. Stick around. Our Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report is next. Davies leads 4-0 at the end of 2.